looking at the distributive property now. So the distributive property is when you multiply a sum or difference by a number, you multiply each number in the parentheses by the number outside of the parentheses. So we take this, if we're using variables, this a multiplied by each value on the inside. And then just paying close attention to your positive and negative signs. So let's look at it here. What we have to look at is the number on the outside. So we are taking -9 and we're multiplying it by both numbers on the inside here. So we're multiplying it by positive 3D and -7. So -9 times positive 3D, -9 times 3 is -27D. And then -9 times -7 is positive 63. All right, number 2. We have, I'm going to try with this if it makes it easier. We've got the number on the outside we are distributing is -3x. It's being multiplied by both numbers on the inside. So by positive 5x and positive 4. So -3x times positive 5x, -3 times positive 5 is -15. X times x is x squared. -3x times positive 4 is -12x. Number 3, the number on the outside being distributed is -6x squared to both terms on the inside. So times positive 4x cubed and -9x. So -6 times positive 4 is -24. X squared times x to the third. Remember, with those exponents, we add. 2 plus 3 is 5, so x to the fifth. And then -6x squared and -9. -6 times -9 is positive 54. And this is x to the first power. So we're doing 2 plus 1, which is x to the third. Number 4. We're taking the number on the outside, -2, distributing it to both terms on the inside, to positive 5d squared and positive 3c. So -2 times positive 5 is -10. D to the first times d to the second. 1 plus 2 is d to the third. And then over here, -2 times positive 3 is -6. And then we have d and c. Those aren't the same variables, so they can't be combined. So I'm just going to write them next to each other in alphabetical order. Number 5. We're taking the number on the outside, a fraction, 2/5, times these numbers on the inside. So if it's easier for you to write these as kind of fractional parts, that you're doing 2/5 times 15 over 1, and you're doing 2/5 times 1. We can add in the negatives later. So 2/5 times 15 over 1. I simplify. 5 becomes 1. 15 becomes 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we bring in our variable, which was m. Over here, 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. It was a positive times a negative, which is a negative. And the last one, a fraction again. We're taking 1/3, multiplying it by each term on the inside. If you want to write it out to make it easier to see, we're doing 1/3 times 4 over 1. And we're doing 1/3 times 2 over 1. They can't be simplified at all, So we're just going to multiply across. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. And the x then comes in. It was a positive times a positive, so it's positive. Here, same thing, can't be simplified. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. It was a positive times a positive, so it's positive.